Have you ever been inside of a school that felt a 9.0 earthquake, was then hit by a tsunami, and then covered in radiation? Let's go check it out. In March of 2011, this school was in session with about 80 students. And to show you exactly where we're at, Tokyo is the red arrow, and the school that we're at is about 135 miles northeast from Tokyo. I took a train up here. It took about 3 hours to get to this very beautiful yet devastated region. And if you focus in closer, the Fukushima Nuclear Plant, which failed due to the tsunami knocking power out and the reactors not being able to cool, then released a massive amount of radiation to this school right here, which is on the Pacific coast, very close to it. The school is to our right side. And when this incident originally occurred in the afternoon hours, the students and the teachers immediately evacuated due to feeling the earthquake. It was a massive 9.0, which is in the top 5 largest earthquakes since 1900. The students, for the most part, had to walk on foot. Some of them were able to get in cars, but 80 students is a decent amount, and they ended up walking and running towards the hills, towards the mountains. The building now is a place where you can tour and walk around, and it is basically kept intact. You can see a laptop on the left side of that shelf right there, and the floors and the ceilings and the walls do not seem to have been touched. And this whole first floor was completely flooded. The second floor only covered a couple inches or so of water, and it's basically looks new for the overall. But right here you can still see the dirt in the sinks, and it was just an eerie experience, a sad experience as well, knowing that the school children first felt the earthquake, then they had to run or walk at a fast pace. Then the tsunami came, killing 19,000 people in the central northeast area of Japan. In fact, there was 181 people that had perished in this exact area. And then the nuclear reactor failed. When talking with one of the workers, they were trying to find people that were still stuck in the houses, but then they received the notice from the government that everyone needed to leave the area due to radiation coming from the failed nuclear reactor, and you needed to leave now for your safety. So they actually had to leave people inside of these houses uh, in order for them to survive. In this map right here, it shows the route of where the children ran to the mountains in order to get away. It was a couple miles away from the school, from where we're at, and fortunately no children were killed and no one was injured as well. They were able to get away from this place before the tsunami struck about 50 minutes later. This next part of the video, I'm going to do a short video, and so I'm going to cut my mic and it's going to show me on scene saying a few words about the experience so far. We are currently standing outside of the arena of the school, and it's just very sad to be on this tour knowing that children were present and they felt the earthquake. They then evacuated, and then the tsunami arrives, destroying their school. And then the next day, the radiation arrives due to the Fukushima nuclear reactor overheating because of the tsunami shutting down power to the plant. And then this whole area, which had houses, have been completely demolished. And speaking with one of the staff members, it appears that they demolished the houses based upon the recommendation of the owners. If a person says, I don't want it demolished, then the house stays. But it looks like everyone else agreed to have it demolished, and only 20% of this area is still livable. 80% is still not livable. 14 and a half years later, November 1st, 2025, and occurred back in March of 2011. This is an image of the area right before the tsunami occurred in March of 2011. And where the school is at is the middle red arrow, and then the top left arrow is where the children and the staff fled. And then the lower right arrow, I'm going to show you via my drone, where there's no houses now. It's completely empty for the most part. Nobody has returned or tried to rebuild or tried to come back to where their original homes were or where their city's located. Prior to the tsunami, there was about 5,000 people living in this Futaba Nami area. Those are the names of the towns. As of today's date, November 1st, 2025, there's only about 500 people. And so it's very sad to know that people are not returning back to where they used to live. And although this area has been decontaminated and people can return, nobody's choosing to return. So I wanted to show you a quick shot of what it looks like now compared to prior to the March 2011 earthquake, tsunami, and then nuclear radiation. On the kind of middle left portion, it's hard to see. You see these stacks. That's the Fukushima nuclear reactor. It's a few miles from us. And then the school is located on the right side of the screen, almost in the middle right side. And just to give you a better perspective, the left side is the Fukushima. Can't see it too well, followed by the school right here, right next to the Pacific Ocean. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and wanted to give you an update of what everything looks like in this beautiful central region of Japan. Thanks, bye.